I'm Abdul Karim, and this is Who'da Thunk It, where we gad about town discovering hidden talent, unique events, and unusual goings-on. The show where we leave you scratching your head saying, huh, all this right in my own backyard? Who'da thunk it? On this week's show, we have a very special, rare treat, gamelan music from Central Java. Believe it or not, in this house, the home of U.S.A. professor Cindy Benton Groner, there is a Javanese gamelan, complete. A gamelan is a collection of bronze instruments, primarily gongs and metallophones, that are suspended over ornately carved teak frames. These instruments are then played by as many as 25 musicians. Because each set of instruments is uniquely tuned, a gamelan has its own name. The name of the gamelan we'll be hearing today is Kyai Guntur Sarimadu, which means venerable thunder of honey. Huh? Impressive, eh? The gamelan tradition that is popular today dates back to the 14th century in the royal courts of Central Java. Hey, what's that? I think I hear some heavy metal. Let's rock. Hi, and welcome back. This week on Who'da Thunk It, we've been exploring the beauty of the Javanese gamelan. And joining me today is renowned ethnomusicologist Cindy Benton Groner, who will talk about these lovely instruments and the traditions and the place where it comes from. Thank you for joining me, Cindy. First, I have to ask, how did this happen? How did this all start? How did you end up with a gamelan in your basement?
Well, in the late 60s, I happened to be a graduate student at U.S.A. University at a time where they were expanding their program, and they had just acquired a gamelan of their own, and they needed every student they could to help play, and I was an eager learner. I had the opportunity to meet with some wonderful teachers and even to participate in a study group that went to Java, and once we got to Java, I met the very best and heard the most wonderful music. And
where is Java?
Well, a lot of people don't know, but Java is like on the other side of the world, in the middle of Indonesia, a very large archipelago of many islands, but Java happens to be the most populated island, and you find gamelans throughout the archipelago of Indonesia.
And so would you find the same kinds of gamelans? Are these gamelans all over? Or is it a regional style?
It's really more of a regional thing. They can vary from region to region. This particular gamelan comes from Central Java.
Central Java. Okay. It looks very ornate and highly refined. I might guess it's a court tradition?
It is a court tradition, but it's also a village tradition. So you can find varieties of this kind of style of ensemble. You can find it made of bronze, the way this is, very carefully crafted, and also you can make it the villages of just of iron, much less expensive.
How long has this gamelan been here? When did you get it?
I first started collecting instruments in 1980. I was doing field work in Java, and I acquired a basic small set.
Now, you obviously are a teacher. What are some of the challenges you faced as a teacher of gamelan music, formerly a student, always a student and a teacher, from a Westerner's perspective, learning music, this kind of music, have there been some particular challenges?
Well, Westerners are very interested in other kinds of music, but they often come in with some preconceived ideas. They think that music goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in Javanese music, it's not like that. Everything is in a cycle, and it goes towards the end beat, which is where the gong comes. Sometimes it's a little hard for people not to want to get that downbeat that you hear in Western music.
It seems like there's a lot of having to play together and be very much, many things being a part of
right.
one.
There's no conductor. As you can see, there's no conductor per se in the gamelan telling you exactly when and where to start. So you do have to listen and kind of feel the music. That feeling comes only after time. It's hard in the beginning because you're just trying to figure out which note is which and how do you dance and everything like that.
Now, you mentioned Wesleyan and some larger schools that have gamelans. How many gamelans are there in the United States?
I'm sure there's at least 100.
Wow.
You know, whether they're all being played, I don't know. But most of them are, I think.
That's a lot. You wouldn't expect. Who'd have thunk it? Now, do we have Javanese teachers here in the United States, or is it?
Some of the bigger universities that have real serious programs and graduate programs, they're very lucky to have Javanese musicians in residence to teach their students. I feel very fortunate because we're so close to Washington, D.C. We can take advantage of Pat Murianto and the whole cultural division there.
And
Pat Murianto is a teacher of Javanese music and dance.
Okay.
And his mission is to help Westerners in the United States understand.
And is he's at the embassy, the Indonesian embassy?
That's right.
Well, that's right. Well, that's nice. That's just a hop, skip, and jump down to here. Does he come here frequently?
We like to have him at least once a month. Some months he's busier and he can't come, but when he can, he does. And very often we end up collaborating in performances. If we have a performance that I've been invited to do, it's of course much more wonderful if I can have Javanese musicians participate. And if he comes and drums, that's great. And if he brings his wife, and we can arrange some dance performances, that's even better, because gamelan isn't just music, it's part of a whole performing arts tradition with dance and shadow play. And,
is there anything on the docket for this group in terms of performances?
well, right now we're working with the Indonesian embassy group under Pak Murianto, getting ready to do a shadow play with a teacher from Wesleyan University, Pak Sumarsam, and he's going to do a 1-hour shadow play at the Millennium Stage in the Kennedy Center in a few weeks.
Wow, at the Kennedy Center, the Kennedy Center.
Well, but it's the Millennium Stage, it's in the back, it's open to everybody who wants to come. It's a great venue, I think, because it makes the arts right there for everybody.
As they should be, for the people. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure, and good luck in the show, and maybe we'll catch it. Thank you. This is Abdul Karim, and another edition of Who Da Thunk It.